want to ask you about facing Hope Troutwine. What was the biggest challenge there, and just how difficult was it to get anything going consistently offensively? I know y'all had quite a few base runners, but weren't able to break through outside of the first and the seventh.
Start with Alyssa, please.
Yeah, I mean, we faced Hope before at North Texas, so this was kind of like really just playing against Hope, not the name on her jersey. But it was just really following our plan, and I think we kind of struggled on that a little bit, but yeah, it was just really following our plan.
Bella?
I can back that up. Like, personally, I struggled following the plan, and, our plan was to see the ball down, and I think that a lot of us did struggle there, but a lot of us did make a change at the plate. It just wasn't consistent.
You guys, with the win in Austin, did you figure that, you were going to get, obviously, Oklahoma, it's pretty, they usually play well here, right? That's not a secret. But winning that game in Austin, did you have a feeling that they'd be even more either motivated or locked in after what you guys did in the game 3 down there?
Is this for both players?
Yes.
All right, let's start with Bella, please.
I think Oklahoma overall is always locked in. I think it's whether the other team decides to show up and lock in for themselves. I will say that we did show up. Again, it wasn't super consistent, and we are ready to keep going and follow up with more wins after this.
Alyssa?
Yes, I agree with Bella. Just knowing that we're capable of beating Oklahoma, like we've proven ourselves, and just knowing that we could play up to that standard. I just don't think we fully went up to that level today, but I do fully agree that we are able to win.
Over there.
Ryan Chapman, All Sooners. This is for Alyssa. You mentioned facing Hope at Northwestern, or North Texas, excuse me. What changes have you seen in Hope since when you guys played her at North Texas to the couple of times you saw her at Oklahoma this year?
I do believe her command has gotten a lot better, but that goes along with us really hunting strikes, because she is a really good pitcher where she can have you chase a lot. But really, if we stick to our plan, seeing her down, then I think we can be successful.
Coach White, your team did a great job coming back and getting that run back. What were you thinking at that point? You'd got to Hope. Your small ball game was working. What were you thinking at that point when it was a 2-1 game?
Well, it's encouraging to get those runs back straight away, one run back straight away. It could have been a couple more if we get another hit, but it is important to break through straight away, and we were able to do that. So it kind of gave us some brief confidence, Obviously it was brief, but some confidence going forward. We just started to chase, and I think we were trying too hard and pushing ourselves too much instead of letting the ball come to us. Like the lady said, we didn't really follow the game plan of seeing the ball down, but good pitchers like Hope Troutwine make you do that. She throws with velocity, and she's effectively wild at times, and she moves the ball through the zone. So it's a tough thing to do.
Eric?
Coach Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. I just want to ask you about the top 3 of Oklahoma's lineup, what they were able to do from a production standpoint today.
Yeah, it's murderer's row. I think someone asked me about maybe we should walk the Aloe in the first innings. It's like, it's not the way I play softball, but. And we were fairly successful against her. We just didn't execute the pitches, and I talked to the ladies about that. And it's not like I'm calling Haley Dulcini, it's her fault. It's not her, nothing there at all. Again, Aloe makes you throw those kind of pitches. She's patient. She's looking for that pitch she wants to hit, and she got it, and she didn't miss it. And that's what great teams and good hitters do. And you got murderer's row up there, and it's got to pick your poison. And she could have just as well popped it up too. I think. I don't think she got all of it. I've seen Jocelyn Aloe home runs. She didn't get all that, right? But she's strong enough to punch it out, and I don't think with that wind there, it might not have left the ballpark, So, but again, she did a great job. Yeah, hats off to her.
Hey, Mike, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. A little bit more about Jocelyn. Her ability to hit, have great hits, big hits on this stage, it just seems like she always comes through. How difficult is that when, the country knows that she can produce in big moments? How do you try to guard against that, or can you? Do you just have to have a good scout with your pitchers?
Well, she's batting around just under 500, so she's failing half the time, and that's the way you got to look at it. You're going to fail just as much as you're going to be successful, and you've got to give your best effort. But there's that gap in what you and how well you can play and how well you do play. Her gap's very small. It's called the performance gap. And so she's going to perform on the big stage consistently, and she gets up for that. It drives her. And that's what we want as coaches. We want athletes that can be motivated by the situations, not be afraid of them, and perform. I mean, we talk about when the lights turn on, we've got a lot of 5 o'clock hitters, and they got great in batting practice, but not when the lights turn on. So their team does that.
Ryan.
Yeah, Mike, I want to ask you about Haley. First of all, a two-parter. The way she was able to settle in after that Alo home run and get through, I think, the next, 8 or 9 hitters. And then the adjustments that OU made. What were what you saw out of Haley and how she was able to react to that, and then the adjustments that OU made there in the 5th, especially getting on those first pitches that she was throwing.
Yeah, well, she was able to hang in there, and that's testament to her fight and her determination, and she didn't let it get down. I mean, a lot of pitchers would have folded right there, right? Big moment, giving up a home run in the 1st, and you probably would have had to take her out. But I know better than that with her, and she's going to keep fighting for this team and this club, and, that's what I love about her. She's stubborn. She's, in a good way, which is great. But, they stuck with the game plan. They're able to get a couple runners on. I think I can't remember how the first runner got on. I think a bunt. It was a great bunt.
Yeah, a short bunt there.
Yeah, short bunt got on. And then I think Coleman was able to hit one in the gap there that, if we have a little faster outfield, we may be able to get to that, But that's the difference, right? It's a game of inches. You look at the speed in the outfield of some clubs, and they're able to track balls down, and that's what makes Oklahoma tough. They've got 3 cannons out there for arms, and they can track balls down. So it's hard to find grass, and that's what we got to work on. We've got to get some more speedsters out there to track those things down.
A quick follow-up of that, if that's
Sure.
all right, Rob.
Yeah, that's fine.
You mentioned Murderer's Row there at the top of the lineup, but obviously it started there in that inning with the bottom of the lineup. How much pressure does that put on, the teams that they face, y'all today, you sort of have to be so fine, up and down the order? Well,
a lot of coaches stick a really good hitter down there that's able to get on base. We kind of did that against UCLA the other day. We were able to kind of turn the lineup over, and it's a big plus if you can do that. And same about Murderer's Row, they keep changing it. It's like the row changes. Whoever's not hitting, they switch in there. But so it's again that's her job. She did her job. She got on base for a teammate.
Coach, I know it's not the result you wanted, but pretty historic day, incredible atmosphere, and a game that aired on ABC. First time ever the World Series aired a game on ABC. You get to be a part of that. What's your thoughts on that for the game and for your program?
Yeah. Well, I'm just so excited for the game itself. We're starting to see but let me step back a little bit. Whenever you get someone to come and watch a woman's fast pitch, they want to come back. And so that's always been the challenge, is getting them back. Now we're seeing, like, you walk past a restaurant and you'll see the game on. People are invested in this game right now and love it. So to be on ABC, that's another big step for us. And hopefully, I wish we could have made it a little better game, a little closer. But, the fact is they got to see some really good plays and some good hits and some good pitching on TV. And we keep spreading the word. We all got to be ambassadors for the game, and that's what I want to be. And I want our team to be as well, ambassadors for the game.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.